Episode 6 is called Sonic Breakout, which can only really refer to Sonic's music career finally taking off. Given the events of Sonic Underground in the future, I can also only assume that it was a success, so good for him. We start with Tails telling Sonic that he wants a new comic after seeing a van drive off. This makes more sense in the episode, I swear. Tails chases the truck down with Sonic chastising him for not waiting long enough. Again, I swear it makes more sense in the episode. And Sonic follows behind shortly thereafter. Of course Sonic gets his comic first, while Tails gets nothing. I don't know, maybe they share it. We cut to Robotnik and the two robots to see that they too have the new comic. Wow, they really like this Crack Ups series. Robotnik tries showing off a new creation of his, but his minions are busy laughing at a comic. One of which is eerily resembling Robotnik, says Humpty Dumpty. Oh, I get it now. Crack Ups for Dr. Eggman. Yeah, good visual humor there. I approve. Robotnik sees the comic and is predictably outraged, so he orders Scratch and Grounder to find the person responsible for the comic. A task which takes a short time between scene transitions. These two may be awful at stopping Sonic, but they make for excellent detectives. The artist, Split Lampoon, doesn't put up a fight, so they catch him easily. Sketch also spells out the Eggman joke from earlier in case no one got it. We were so close to a subtle joke. Sonic and Tails hear about Sketch's kidnapping over the radio. Remember kids, in the 90s, different time. They run over to Robotnik's tower and confirm Sketch's location. However, instead of breaking the clearly destructible glass, Sonic instead opts to get himself captured. And somehow, this will happen, he will escape, free Sketch, and they will both escape before Robotnik's security system rats them out. Sure. Sonic puts on a disguise for no reason and offers to clean Robotnik's windows. Of course Robotnik fails to see through this very obvious ruse, so Sonic gets to work. Only instead of cleaning, he paints the windows, the pretty convincing likeness of Sonic now on Robotnik's window. The rust spots are sent to capture him. It doesn't work. Of course it doesn't. Sonic uses the lift to crush their poor, sad little robot bodies. Sonic, now reunited with Tails, meets up with the robot skin with another disguise, which of course works. Okay, forget the statues. Clearly I should have kept track of Sonic's disguises over the show. Sonic and Tails run to the beach where they washed up, and at this point they're just bullying the poor robots. What happened to rescuing Sketch again? Sonic builds a cannon out of sand, which surprisingly doesn't fool the robots, and they run right through it with no repercussions. Same with the sand bear and the sand cats. Oh, right. Okay, really though, stop pressing the robots to go save the comic artist already. Sonic agrees with me apparently and decides enough is enough. So he lets himself get captured so he can meet with Sketch, which doesn't take long at all. Seems like he's right here and is doing fine. Can't say the same for Sonic though, as Robotnik is actually smart for once and decides to put Sonic in solitary. So we can't help but gloat and explain how the cell works. We're this close, Robotnik. This close. You see Robotnik ordering Sketch to make a new comic for him in his likeness. Yes, his exact likeness. As for Sonic, pins a drawing of himself on Grounder and uses the confusion to escape. Tails somehow broke the facility undetected to break Sonic out, but he's already out, so they instead opt to set off every single alarm in the facility. Presumably to annoy Robotnik and for no other reason. Robotnik also mentions that he turned a classroom hamster into a tapeworm, which is way too bizarre not for me to mention. The security system gives up and decides it wants a nice quiet job as a calculator and blows up. I know I'm rushing this segment, but it's really good, easily the best part of the episode. The show has done a pretty good job with the climaxes so far. The episode ends with Robotnik falling on his back, able to get up crying about it. Way to go out with a whimper. The Sonic Says segment is about graffiti, which is really ironic given Jet Set Radio would come out a few years later, but okay. The segment also marks the return of Sonic's infamous "I'm waiting" catchphrase. All in all, this was an okay episode, middle of the pack. It's probably the most dated feeling episode so far with the "I've fallen and I can't get up" jokes, and the premise itself relying on kids being excited about a comic book. Nothing that ruins the episode, but it's hard not to notice. Some good jokes and actions keep it from the bottom of the list, but it can't go much higher than that. Also, they ignored the Robotnik statue again, and I can't forgive that! I was just starting to get that segment to full gear, now they've just gone and Thanos snapped them out of existence. That's just evil!